In the mid-20th century, director John Ford took a cast and crew to Ireland to shoot a classic film, the film the world knows today as The Quiet Man. If you recall, John Wayne was a former boxer who returned to his Irish roots, never expecting to fight again. The Quiet Man Bridge still stands. Now, much of the filmed action took place in and around the small village of Cong. That's in County Mayo. The Quiet Man's influence is everywhere. The film and its crew are still remembered not only by the villagers, but by the tourists who bus in daily from the world over. A small hotel is named after Will Danaher, the lovable villain of the film, played by Victor McLaglen. The film crew was housed in Cong's luxurious Ashford Castle, one of Ireland's great hotels. Well, Ashford might have been swank all right, but only the stars and John Ford had their own private bathrooms. The Quiet Man's cottage has an interesting history. The first one we see, close up that is, was actually a few miles outside Cong. The second close up, well, it was shot in Hollywood. There's a good look-alike cottage in Cong run by the Visitor Center, with a lot of souvenirs for sale. Look-alike fireplace, and of course, the famed honeymoon bed. Impetuous. The theme music for the film, The Isle of Innisfree, was written by an Irish composer. It was also a big hit for Bing Crosby. The Quiet Man's story first appeared in the Saturday Evening Post.
Every evening during the shooting, I understand that John Wayne had a reputation of being a wee bit of a drinking man, and every evening he used to come up from Ashford Castle, close to Cong, where he was staying with the rest of the cast and crew, and go into one of the local pubs here in the village called Clark's. And John Wayne was already a popular man, but suddenly became extra popular because he was the man that was buying all the drinks. So the local fellows absolutely loved him. And then towards the early hours of the morning, John Ford, the director, used to send someone up from the castle to actually drag John Ford and Ward Bond and some other members of the cast and crew back to Ashford, so they'd be bright and breezy for the next morning's shooting.
Another Cong structure, the old Ashford Castle Gatehouse, also has an interesting story. In the film, it was the home of the Protestant minister, the Reverend Playfair, played by Arthur Shields, Barry Fitzgerald's brother. And it was at this same gatehouse that we found Stephen Lydon, who had a small role in the film a mere 60 years ago.
I was a stand-in for John Wayne for 2 weeks.
What were you doing in the film?
I was carrying a tub of water in it.
Tub of water?
In the fight.
Oh, and through the water?
Yeah, through the water.
Okay with me, Michelin.
The Quiet Man won an Academy Award for its director, John Ford, and for the Best Color Film of 1952.